Hey, I'm Andy Rathmann, brewmaster here at St. George Brewing Company. What can I do for you?
Andy, tell me, during this coronavirus pandemic, you guys have had an opportunity to kind of explore the vaults here at St. George Brewing Company in Hampton, and you've come up with some aged beers that you've put the year on the bottle, and they're also available for sale, but in limited quantities. So,
Yeah.
what can you tell me about this sort of special package series of aged classics?
Yes, some people call us hoarders. We like to think we're just putting stuff away for a rainy day or the right opportunity to be able to present them all. And it seemed like a good chance to do that. We got beers from 2005 for the Imperial Stout up till current. And what can I say about them? We've been doing tastings all week. We are not displeased with how they came across. They're really, really good. We did one earlier this morning again, and you get the chance to see the spectrum. You get to see how a beer would age, how a dark, strong beer ages, and you were able to see it really quite clearly on our series. And then Scott, my head brewer, our head brewer, and Maria, the cellar master. I think between the three of us, we figured over 100 years of beer tasting or beer drinking. We talk about it. We talk about how they taste and
When you say talk about it, you guys are doing something like Facebook Live. Is that correct, how you're presenting it?
we're doing Facebook Live. We're doing the Zoom thing, and people have the opportunity to check in.
Yeah, very good.
And add comments to it.
Yeah. So, obviously an Imperial Stout ages much better in a bottle than, say, a lager or a Pilsner. So talk about one in particular here. You have a 2009 sort of Russian Imperial Stout. So talk about that beer in particular.
It was our favorite of the day from the range of the 9, 12, 18, and 19. 19 is really still very fresh, and so we're looking at how well it ages.
What are the qualities of the 2009? What makes that such a phenomenal beer here 11 years later?
The hops, which are quite dominant in a fresh beer, really fade to the background. The malted character comes to the foreground. Sweetness in the esters, and then the oxidation of the dark beers or the dark malts and the amino acids that are in there just bloom. It comes across as more of a plum or a prune flavor, and it's not just the fruity notes that come across. The chocolate and the roasted and the residuals of the hops, everything comes together and makes it a really complex, really interesting thing.
Does the alcohol increase with aging, or is it roughly the same, I guess, 8 to 9%?
For our beers, the alcohol is not increasing, and I say that only because I think that if there's something went wrong with the bottle, something started re-fermenting in there, the alcohol content could change, but we have not seen any of that.
Okay. You mentioned also the oldest beer going back to 2005, so that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What was the flavor profile?
We have not popped one of them.
We've not done that yet. Okay.
We're talking about doing it. It's come Saturday. All week long we've been kind of pulling out different years and trying them in different bottle levels, or 12 or 20, 22 ounces, and trying them. Come Saturday, we're going to open every one of our stouts, and we have not really decided yet. We're going to pull the really old ones. They're extremely rare. We only have about 3 bottles left in the cooler.
Okay.
And we may pull one of them out and try one of them and see how it works, how it holds up.
Okay. And when these were originally put in storage, was it solely for the purpose of aging them and seeing later, many years later, how they would taste? Or is it just, hey, we've got time on our hands, let's find those old bottles?
When they were originally put into the cooler, it was like, well, we should not get rid of these. These are going to be really good, and let's hang on to them. And I'm going to bet we probably had 3 cases of the 05, the original stout we put in the cooler, and we've been tapping into them for the years, and so what we got is what we got left.
Sure. And for the general public, are they able to purchase any of these? I saw some 6-packs, select 6-packs in the tasting room.
We have 3
recently.
levels of select 6-packs, different years, each one of them, 2 12-ounce ranges and 1 22-ounce range. And I would put out the years, but I would have to go look that up, and so I don't have it available.
Okay.
And each 6-pack is a different range of years. Some correspond, some overlap, but they're all different.
And what are the hours for the tasting room now here at St. George Brewing Company during the pandemic?
I have not a clue. I used to know. Noon to 6. Somebody just yelled out from the back.
Noon to 6. Okay, well, you're the brewmaster, so it's not your job to open the tasting room. Okay, very good. Andy Rathmann, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks, Jeff.
Okay.